Okay, so we're going to go ahead and factor. So remember, if you want to use the diamond method or that magic X, right? A, B, C, so A, B, C. This is easy factoring because the A value is 1. I get a positive 18. I had a negative 9. What are all the ways of getting 18? 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. Which is my pair that satisfies 18, but when added gives me negative 9? 3 and 6. Right, so negative 3, negative 6, right? This is the winner. A negative times a negative gives me a positive product, but a negative and a negative summed together gives me a negative 9, right? Oh, you can't even see it. Whatever, negative 9. Okay, so you would write x minus 3, x minus 6 is equal to 0. This is factored form. Okay, so you factored here, but you are not finished. It's asking you to solve by factoring. Okay, so how is it you solve? See that equals 0? You're going to use what's called the zero product property, which you've actually been using on the vertical form, the vertex form of, ladies, I'm recording, vertex form of parabolas or quadratics, how you guys go opposite H, follow K. Okay, what it means is you guys take, there was supposed to be 3 of them, you take your binomial and you set them equal to 0 and you solve. Okay, so sometimes we just call it ZPP, the zero product property. So if I perform the zero product property here, I take the binomial and I make them into a one-step equation and I solve. And so solve for x that makes the equation true, which is equal to 0. So I'm going to add 3, and I get x is equal to 3, and then I add 6, right? You just inverse operate, and in this case, both are adding. And I get x equal 3 and x equals 6, and this is your solving answer. You're done. This is your answer. So x is equal to 3, x is equal to 6. These two values are the values. They are essentially your x-intercepts. So when they ask you to solve, they're asking you for your x-intercepts, they call them solutions, they call them zeros, okay, that's it, that's what you're doing. All right, once you get them in binomial form, though, the zero product property has you set the binomial equal to 0 and solve it. But obviously, see that negative 3, positive 3, negative 6, positive 6. See how we did the opposite? That's why on vertex form of a parabola or quadratic, if it was x minus 3 in the parentheses, you guys went positive 3. It was always because of the zero product property. It's just we didn't teach you guys then that. So we just tell you go opposite H, follow K. You're going opposite because of the zero product property. Okay? All right, so if we look at number 2, or which one looks harder? Actually, let's go to 4. All right, let's try 4. All right, if I perform the diamond method, remember, this is in standard form. However, what term is missing? Or you don't see it, but it is there. C, right. B squared plus 5b plus 0 equals 0. So this is A, B, C. My C value is 0. My B value is plus 5. Okay, how do I get 5? How do I get 0 but as a product? It's any number times 0 gives me 0, right? So what would the two numbers be? 0 and 5, right? Or 5 and 0. Okay, so if I go ahead and take my binomial, I get b plus 0, b plus 5. Okay, I can go ahead and perform the zero product property, but what are my answers going to be if you just go opposite? By the way, 0 is always a positive number. It's It's never negative. 0 and what? -5. And so this would be your solving answer. Okay, but if I perform the zero product property, I get b plus 0 equals 0. You don't really subtract 0, it's just b is 0. And then if I go plus 5 is equal to 0, -5. And so the reason why you go opposite is because you're inverse operating. Okay, so you could do this in a lot less steps, okay? All right, just because the video is going long, let me stop it, and I'll give you guys like a few minutes because we need, we'll look at the worksheet, okay? Let me just stop this.